Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we are continuing the Extreme Z area grind. As you guys like to know, if I'm going to be using units, I'm going to go ahead and rainbow them. So we're just continuing through this massive roster of characters, which I basically had like none of them rainbowed, right? So today we're going to rainbow this free-to-play STR Super Saiyan Gohan. This is one of the earlier units in Dokkan's history. This guy actually came out in December of 2015, so he is very, very old. But despite that, he has some solid links here and there, and his passive is not the worst, actually, so he's not as bad as you might think, right? Like, this guy is going to be far, far better than, like, Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta, for example. So, let's go ahead and rainbow our boy Super Saiyan Gohan right here. This guy definitely will be very, very handy in the third stage of the Hero Extermination Extreme Z area against Piccolo, since his Gohan has type advantage against him. So, we got him rainbowed. Let's go ahead and hop into some events. Alright guys, so we're in an event. Here we on the Goku family team. Now, one area where this Gohan is definitely going to have some trouble, probably in a lot of his teams, is his ki. As we can see here, Gohan does not have prepared for battle. Does he have Golden Warrior too? Let me double check that. He does have Golden Warrior. That at least is a 1 key link. He also has Gaze of Respect. So I guess they want you to use him with a Piccolo. I guess here, let me do this. Hopefully Super Saiyan 4 Goku does not finish him off. These aren't super attacks, so I'm going to have to use an item anyway. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I didn't even know that this Gohan supered early. So is this Gohan, is he just like Piccolo? Then where he also supers at 9 key. No, he supers at 8 key, actually. Okay. All right, well, I don't find myself using this Gohan very often, needless to say. So that's actually something I was not aware of. So this Gohan supers at 8 key. That's going to be very 300k. I mean, we've seen way worse recently, because it's obviously he's going to get better than that. But that supering at 8 key, I can't begin to describe how insanely valuable that's going to be for the Extreme Z area itself, right? Where key is definitely an issue in these types of events. Although I believe that AGL Goku that they give you, he is a friend with 3 key, and then we also are able to bring, whatchamacallit, like we could have either STR Majup as our leader, or we could also have that really any of the 3 Extreme Z area units after they awaken. We can have them as the leader skill with good sort of stats, and then also key passive. Because the Extreme Z area EZAs, they all give, 40% of stats and 3 key, which, I mean, for that event is enough to destroy it. I think, really, making sure... Okay, so we'll have this Gohan go first. I'll do that. Making sure that we're able to bring that friend AGL Super Saiyan Goku was, really, really important, actually. Because, one of the issues with the original Extreme Z area event is that I felt like the friend wasn't really the best. But the last 2, they've given you a decent friend. Alright, so now he's up to 467k. Keep in mind that this Gohan is a unit that gets an attack buff on super attack. He's one of those types of units, right? Oh, is this going to lower his attack? It didn't. Okay, cool. He's one of those types of units, right? So he gets very, very powerful if you've got a lot of support type units around him. Wow, his 12 key multiplier is 115%. That is tremendously bad. That is so awful. 115%. It is very, very rare that you see low numbers like that, right? Especially nowadays, you don't typically see anything below 130%. And even 130%, I would say, seems kind of uncommon to me, right? More so, units are either 150% or 140%. And I guess there's not really a lot of in between all over the place. But some of the earliest units in Dokkan, some of them do have wacky 12 key multipliers, right? There's the N Cell Jr. that has doesn't he have a 160% 12 key multiplier or something like that? It's like Blue Gogeta, Tech Vegito Blue, STR Rose Goku Black, and then Cell Jr. Have 160% 12 keys. It's so bizarre. And then of course the fact that Blue Gogeta does have that. I remember still that's one of those things that flew under the radar when Blue Gogeta first released, is a lot of people didn't realize that man had that 160% 12 key multiplier. And you get those going, and that adds quite a bit of damage. I mean, that's one reason why Tech Vegito Blue can hit so damn hard, right? So, all right. We're going to get hit a little bit hard here. Not really a big deal. I guess since this is a turn with B-Pan, this will probably be the last turn here in this event on the Goku family team. He got above a 1 million. This unit has been so good for so long. Okay, so what will our boy Gohan get up to? 600k. I mean, again, that's not bad. Like, for the Extreme Z area event, he's going to be very good. Now, I don't... Here's the thing. Other players, like, you guys don't need to rainbow this guy, because just using him for defense in the Piccolo stage will be enough. But, you know, he does have a powerful capability here, as we can see. He can do pretty decent damage for a unit that's, you know, closing in on 4 years old, really. Well, yeah, he turns 4 years old in a month, so... Next, let's head to the Hybrid Saiyan / Master and Student Bond team. That's actually probably going to be his best team. Alright guys, so now we're on the Master and Student Bond team. This team will be pretty good for this Gohan, just in that there's a ton of support all over the place, right? So, we'll get a couple of attacks from him. I mean, we already have seen him with LRB Pan, right, with this Gohan right here. Like, you know, this Hybrid Saiyan and Master Student Bond team is really quite nice. There's a lot of firepower on this team. And then, you know, you have, like, the future Gohans floating around. You know, they're going to be giving key. They're going to be giving attack and defense to Master Student Bond characters. So, like, this team will be very good for, like, all Hybrid Saiyans, you know, characters like Piccolo and stuff like that. Like, you know, that physical EZA Piccolo on this team, I really think he's quite good. Like, they've done a pretty good job with a lot of the things that they've been trying to do lately here in Dokkan. And then, I mean, we just recently got the details for, like, STR Omega's EZA, and then that STR Beerus EZA, and I look at it, and it's like, man, honestly, STR Omega, he is, like, really up there in terms of EZAs for me. Like, I would almost have to put him as, like, number 3 right now. I think I might like Tech Golden Frieza a little bit better. Tech Golden Frieza, now that he keeps damage reduction, even when he falls under 50% HP, it just makes him so much more infinitely valuable. And he just, even in the Legendary Goku event as a type disadvantage unit, you know, his stats are so high, his damage reduction is so high, that he's not really at risk of taking a lot of damage, and it's just very, very helpful. Okay, so we'll do this right here. We want to keep this Gohan around with our STR Gohan, of course. And then probably next turn, you know, maybe we'll get LRB Pan's active skill. And then I guess we'll just move into the breakdown and finish up here. I mean, there's not really too much to talk about with this Gohan, right? Like, you know, he's just kind of coming in, shooting out super attacks here and there. He's going to do some okay damage compared to some of these other bad units we've looked at. But, you know, a lot of these older units, you know, they're not on, like, a ton of different teams where they have, like, a ton of different, like, team builds and stuff like that. Because, like, with this Gohan, you know, he's just a unit that gets an attack buff on super attack. So it's pretty simple what you want to do, and that's you want to completely build him up with just all types of support type units all over the place, right? That's all you really want to do. So, this is annoying, actually. We're gonna super attack with all 3 of these characters right here. We may finish Cooler off. We may not. I'm actually gonna use a Dende real quick as well to heal up. Because Cooler tends to hit very hard after he does his super attack. He lowers your defense by a lot. Like, that's usually the secret to some of these boss fights. Like, the reason some of these boss fights actually get kind of annoying, or maybe sometimes are a little bit difficult, is because typically the boss will lower your defense on super attack. Then, say, his first attack is a super, and then he attacks, you know, 4 or 5 normals after that. Rather than doing double digits, they're doing 30k. Now, right here, we got, like, best case scenario. Cooler did his super attack, but then I think that was his last attack. It was. If he had opened with his super attack, you know, then at that point, all those double-digit damage attacks future Gohan took, those all would have been like 30k damage that we would have taken. And very quickly, your damage can rack up. So, enemies that lower your defense, they're the ones that can really, really benefit from it. I also did not bring a Trunks onto the team, by the way, as you guys can see. So, we will not be transforming with future Gohan, you know, as part of his transformation requirement there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let our boy Gohan, let's see what number he'll put up right here against Cooler. The only thing is, just like having him right here in this spot, man, is he at risk. Because obviously this Gohan does not have a lot of defense. So, you know, Cooler can really pimp smack him around. 30k defense, definitely a bit on the lower end, I would say. So, let's see how we do here. Is this going to be the same attack stat number that we saw from the Goku family team? Actually, now that I think about it, it is going to be, huh? 56k, hey, 3 dodge, there we go. Yeah, 621,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the breakdown for our boy Super Saiyan Gohan. All right, so here we have Gentle-Hearted Warrior Super Saiyan Gohan Youth. I would say, too, of these three, like, sort of initial beginner units, so there's the Tech Piccolo, this STR Super Saiyan Gohan, and there's also the AGL Super Saiyan Goku. This Gohan probably is the worst of the three. I mean, I just think that that Piccolo, right, is going to actually be sort of valuable when you're going into, like, Dokkan Battlefield or something like that. Like, I think that utility actually does make him quite good. You know, in certain situations, it's very helpful to have that, especially as like a free-to-play player or something like that. You know, you go into some of those battlefield fights, some of them can get quite difficult, and to have sort of one of these units that's very easily to obtain, very easy to rainbow, and then have them like not really take a lot of damage is very, very helpful to your chances, right? So Gohan's leader skill is 30% HP, not good. His super attack is the Kamehameha, which does huge damage. Very rarely do you see units with huge damage. His passive skill, Blossoming Power, is 50% attack when performing a super attack. So that part of it is not actually the worst, because, you know, that is part a passive that ages very well, right? A lot of units back at that time did have, like, flat numbers, but this guy with his percentage definitely has aged a lot better. I should also mention again, as we saw, that this Gohan does super attack at 8 key, and in the Extreme Z area event, when we're going through the Piccolo stage, that's going to be incredibly helpful. Because not only is this Gohan going to have type advantage, so he won't take much damage from Piccolo, but he's also then going to be able to bust out that super attack very easy and early, which is really important because Ki is definitely a struggle in these Extreme Z area events. Gohan's links are Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, Gaze of Respect, Kamehameha, and Z Fighters. So he does have solid links. You know, some of the stuff like Kamehameha, Z Fighters, Super Saiyan, you know, they're just very, very common on a lot of these teams that Gohan is on. Then, unfortunately, his 12 key multiplier is not really the best at 115%. It's like, when I said it's not the best, I mean, it's like absolute trash, awful, right? And then, I mean, here's the nice thing is that this Gohan, though, is on an amazing 7-category team. So, right at the start, he is on the Hybrid Saiyan team, which, of course, now, you know, went from being, like, just so recently, this was like a fodder team. Now the Hybrid Saiyan team is just a behemoth, right? Then he's also over here. This is the Goku family team. These are the two teams we basically looked at him on today. I mean, that Hybrid Saiyan team, for like some of these Gohan units, it might actually even be better now than the Goku family team, which is crazy. Then he's also down here on the youth category team, which is one of the teams I feel like most badly needs like upgrades. This team definitely needs to get stronger. You know, so the more youth characters that come out that are good on this, the better. So hopefully this guy can get an awakening at some point. Then he's also over here on the Super Saiyan category team. Obviously, I mean, the Super Saiyan category team with all the Vegetos and Gogetas and Brolys and stuff like that. Gohan doesn't really have a spot on there, but oh well. He's also on the Android/Cell Saga team, of course. Another team that I really feel like needs and deserves buffs. Then over here, he's also on the Kamehameha team, but unfortunately on the Kamehameha team, like, we're not really going to be using this Gohan on that team because the main leader is, of course, the AGL Super Saiyan LR Gohan, right? You also do have the STR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a sub-leader, but it's like, if you're not using the AGL LR Gohan as your leader of the team, you probably don't even want to run the Kamehameha team. And then finally, Gohan is on the Master and Student Bond category, one of the teams we looked at him on today, which is pretty good, and definitely has gotten some buffs recently with some EZA units, so that's very, very good. But there we go. There is this Super Saiyan Gohan. The grind to prepare for the Extreme Z area continues. Still a lot of bad units to rainbow. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.